In this video, I'm going to attempt to survive 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. This is the third video of the series, so if you haven't seen the first two, I recommend you do so. Before we get into the video, I'd like to let you know that we're on the road to 100 subs, so if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe. It's free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. Well, apart from that, let the next 25 days begin. My wolf pack was finally getting out of hand, and I couldn't leave them outside the house for any longer. So on days 50 and 51, I decided to start building a large doghouse for all my wolves.
Thank you, Pop.
You are the best YouTuber ever.
I tried to go for a more modern look with a lot of windows, and I raised it a couple of blocks off the ground. It was so big and there was nearly room for 1,000 dogs, I'd say. I feel it was really nice and fit in with everything else. The base was forever expanding, so I had to do some more terraforming to make some more space. At the sunset, I began to harvest my bamboo. The bamboo grows so fast, I was collecting more than I could handle. My iron hoe broke, so I decided it was time to upgrade. I decided to make a diamond hoe. Another wandering trader decided to show up and try and send me some dodgy biscuits, but I didn't want any, so I killed him. I tried to keep his alpacas, so I brought them into my field of horses, but sadly they despawned in the future. That's what they get for spitting at me. I started off day 52 and made an infinite water source. I would need it as I would build yet another farm. This time I decided to build a pumpkin farm. It was a similar enough design compared to my melon farm. I only had a few seeds, so I'd have to get more in the future. When it was finished, I placed a path in the middle. This side of my base was looking bare, so I decided to put a few oak trees around to help decorate it. I spent the rest of the day fixing my new pet I had created. I went with the same look as I did previously. While making this, I came across some pillagers stuck on the ground beneath the floor.
Help me! Help me!
I decided to leave him there. I didn't have any time for him, so I just left. Like my dad. Day 53 was another slow day. Not much really happened. I used some spectral arrows I found in the nether to try and kill a creeper that was chilling near my dog kennel. I then placed a few flowers around the perimeter of my bed, and I bred some cows. I added some leaves near the doghouse and tried to make it look like a bit better. I bred my dogs once again. I decided to call them all Justin. I don't know why, but I really like the name Justin.
It's because I'm cracked at Fortnite.
I didn't want any more creepers to get into my base, so I walled off the new dog kennel with cobblestone walls. I'm also giving away a free copy of Minecraft, so if you'd like to get it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I used some more of the leaves and oak fences I had to build some small trees near my dog kennel. They look really good. It was all the small things that I thought that brought the building to life. I harvested my pumpkins, turned it into seeds, and I expanded the farm once again. For the first time in the series, I also collected all my melons from their farm. I used to craft some more melon blocks, and I placed them all around my base. I boned the ground and spent the rest of the day doing boring Minecraft things, and I collected a lot of wood. My fists were bleeding from punching all the trees. Then two skeletons came out of nowhere and they tried to scare me, but I took care of them. The diamond armor I had was OP and there were no chance for me. The gathering of resources continued into day 56. There was creepers lurking all around the forest and kept appearing out of nowhere. The majority of the wood I gathered was spruce, but I also chopped down some birch trees and some oak trees. When I got back, I placed all my pumpkin seeds. I don't even know why I was making a pumpkin farm. They're kinda useless in the game. The only thing you can do with them is trade with villagers. I used the bone meal I collected from the skeletons and I decorated my base a bit more. I harvested my wheat time for the first time in 10 days. I feel like the fully grown wheat looks way better than the unharvested wheat, so I don't really harvest it that much. I also bred my cows again and I called it a night. On day 57, I wanted to do some enchantment, so I finally moved my enchantment table to the basement of my house. I didn't really plan on moving it here, but it actually fit perfectly. I decided to enchant the diamond shovel and got a crack shovel. It had efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
To make it even more overpowered, I decided to use an anvil and put fortune onto it also. I repaired my diamond pickaxe as well. On day 57, I knew it was time to step it up a little and focus on progressing the game a bit more. I decided it was time to make a villager breeder. For this, I'd need a lot of glass. So I decided to go to the nearby beach and harvest every single bit of sand I could find. I nearly had a full inventory of sand by the time I was finished. The efficiency 4 shovel made it so satisfying. I then returned home, crafted some more furnaces, and I smelted all the sand I had into glass. We had way more than enough sand. So on days 58, I decided to start building my villager breeder. I started by building a dirt platform a few blocks into the air. I placed some carrots and potatoes on the dirt and I surrounded it within a glass shell. I didn't really need to make it out of glass, but I felt like it looked way cooler. And it was also in the sky, it didn't really need to be in the sky. On day 59, I decided to carry out the hardest part of the build. This was transporting the villagers from the village into the farm. I crafted stacks upon stacks of rails. I feel like I had way more than I needed. I also crafted some power rails for pushing the villagers upwards. The trapping of the villagers I did in day 1 would finally become useful. I had 3 villagers trapped and I didn't have to go on a long journey and transport them through the nether like I would have had to. I built a small rail system going from the villager to my breeder. This took all day and we launched the first villager into the breeder. As we got into day 50, we finally managed to get the second villager. He was more stubborn than the first one. They both ended up being stacked on top of each other. I covered over the roof, so that way it made it give them the impression that they're inside, because the villagers can only breed if they're indoors. Finally finished the construction of the villager breeder, so I called it a day in the real world and also in the Minecraft world.
Easy, easy.
When I had logged into Minecraft the next day, version 1.16.5 had arrived. I didn't really know what it updated, but it was nice to play it. If anyone knows what the update added, let me know in the comments. After building the villager breeder, I was kind of in the mood to build, so on day 51 I decided to start work on my stables for my horse. Your mom wasn't really happy sleeping outside, so we had to get her a place to stay indoors from the rain as she was getting too wet. I started out by making a cobblestone floor. I didn't really want to build a whole building out of wood again, so I used a fancier block this time. I decided to use quartz blocks. They were much nicer and they looked a lot better. I started off by building only 5 stables, but at the end of it I had 8 of them. One of the horses wasn't being very cooperative, so I had to put him down.
I'ma love you, man. I'ma miss you.
To be even fancier, I decided to make the roof out of stone bricks. This complemented the quartz bricks very nicely. The build was finally coming together. I didn't really want any flying creepers to come jumping on me or my horses, so I decided to light the roof up with some torches. The horses weren't happy with the dirt floor, so I changed it up and finally found a use for all the granite blocks I had collected so far. Finally finished off the build by adding some hay blocks around the stables. This was really nice as it brought the building together. On day 64 I decided to go over to my villager breeder and check how it was working. The villagers were piling up at the bottom of the water stream, so I decided to let them free and let them roam around my village.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I felt like the number of them were slowly going to get out of hand. Next I made a new path around my villager breeder and I did a small bit of terraforming to make the land a bit more flat. I was tired of manually smelting all my stone and sand in my furnaces, so I decided to expand my industrial zone and make an automatic smelter. It was a simple enough design which involved some hopper mine carts and a lot of hoppers. I had 12 furnaces in total, so I decided it would be very efficient and I could always expand it more in the future. I didn't have enough iron to make all the hoppers, so I decided I need to do a bit more strip mining. It had been a while since I'd done some strip mining, and also I got more luck again. Straight away as I went down I found diamonds.
Yo, yo, yo!
My diamond look in the series has been unreal so far. I also came across a couple of veins of gold, lapis, and I found lots of coal. I needed over a stack of iron in total, so I kept mining until I had it. I also came across another vein of diamonds. I was actually getting really close to level 30 also. I rose to the surface on day 66. I found my villagers. They decided they wanted to be pigs. But I didn't judge them. It's 2021 and I don't discriminate, so I let them be whatever they wanted to be. I finally finished my automatic smelter and gave it a test run. It was so fast and efficient. Now smelt stacks upon stacks of stone and also sand, and I won't even have to worry about doing it in the future. I realised in day 66 that the series will be coming to an end soon, so if you have any other video ideas, leave a comment. I reply to all my comments and leave a heart to them. I started day 67 by decorating my new industrial area. As you guessed it, I added my usual flooring again. I had so much smooth stone and bricks now from using my automatic smelter. I decided to do my paths by the stables also. If anyone wants a world download link for this world, let me know as I can put it in the description below. I finally finished my pumpkin farm and added the last seeds it needed. Here's a little run through so far of my base. It's honestly looking so good. Everything is connected and there's nowhere really mobs can spawn. To get a better perspective of what the world looked like so far, I decided to build 50 blocks into the sky for like the 4th time. I did this at night time and it looked a lot better than daytime. It was such a good idea. I feel like the most progress is made so far in these 25 days compared to the first 2. On day 68 I wanted to flex a little, so I decided to craft a few diamond blocks. I had so many diamonds at this stage, so it didn't really matter. I put a few of them at the front of my house. They looked a bit out of place, but I didn't really care as we had so much diamonds. I finally destroyed my old furnaces as there was no need for them anymore. I was feeling a bit cracked, so I decided to harvest all my wheat in my carrots and I replanted them all. I collected more watermelons and called it a day in the real world. When I was exiting out of the game, I accidentally dragged my recording software to the bottom of the screen. So for the next 5 days in game, this is all that was recorded like. I didn't even realise until I had it done after. I was so annoyed. The most memorable day of the series also was included in this day, day 69. I have no footage of this day, so I'm just going to include a random video.
So you think you can just explode on all my mushrooms without being punished?
It was on day 73 I finally realised my recording was messed up. It was fixed, but I realised I'd missed out on a lot of footage. Within the last few days, I decided to build a large storeroom. Yeah, I know it took me 73 days to build a storage room, but don't judge me. It had over 100 chests. I built it out of oak logs and slabs. I made the roof out of stone bricks and we had so much stone. I spent the rest of my day moving items from my old chests to my new storage system. This took most of the day. I needed to get some shulker boxes soon as my inventory space was getting limited. To finish off the day, I built some more cobblestone walls. I decided to surround them around my storage area as I didn't want any creepers coming in and blowing up my chests. I continued the organisation of my items into day 74. I had so many valuables, it was crazy. I also had no crafting bench, so I decided to put one in the floor of my storage room. It was so handy. Again, would like to thank all my new subscribers from the last video. We currently have 80 subscribers at the time recording it. This is unreal, like I've got 80 subscribers in the last like 5 days. So we're on the road to 100 subscribers. I'm a new YouTuber and I put a lot of effort into these videos, so I'd appreciate if you could please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. So on day 75, I began the construction of my brand new nether room. I wanted to make this as epic as I can and nothing like you've seen so far in this series. I'm also thinking of building a big massive iron farm. This is probably going to be one of my coolest builds so far, but you'll have to wait until the next 25 days are out to see it.